Street Committee.
Right.
Okay, it's 3:37. Gonna open the Town Levee Safety Committee meeting. Gonna organize our members. This is the first little meeting of our group. Thank you all for your interest in being part of trying to work through all the compliance issues and safety issues of the levee system. So I got everyone a packet here. I'm going to go into a little bit of the description of the levee itself. The levee is located down in the West Warren off the Quaboag River area. South Street, Main Street area. Wright's Mill Complex. The town of Warren's levee system is located along the Quaboag River in West Warren, Massachusetts. This is in color, but the line follows the actual, you can see on that map, the red lines is where the levee is. Quaboag River flows from east to west through the project area. The construction of the project started in July 1962 and was completed in November 1963. The system was built to provide flood protection for the highly industrial area along the south bank of the Quaboag River. According to the National Levee System, the website, the system consists of 3 low earth embankment levees and 3 types of flood walls: eye walls, T walls, and reinforced building walls. The sheet eye wall is 326 feet long with maximum landslide protection of 4.5 feet. The T walls, 122 feet, with maximum landslide protection of 7 feet. The third wall type consists of 370 feet of concrete. That's the interior walls of the building. First embankment, earth embankment, 45 feet long, consists of a random bill of won't get into that too much. That's just going into more of the actual depths and everything. So on this other colored map, it's passed around.
Can we all get a copy of that?
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah,
I
that'd
can
be a good thing to have.
This
Yeah.
was actually in that.
Jimmy, you're messing with me. I thought it was right here.
Yeah,
Trying
me
to
too.
turn this page.
But can we all get a copy of that next time we meet?
Underneath.
Yeah,
It's underneath.
it's part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah, because it's folded within this report.
Yeah.
So on the south side is probably the most critical side that's along the building, in the building, and it goes down around the corner. Yep. And this red line is over on this side is most of the riprap, which we'll get into.
Well, this is all right.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll get into talking about that.
What is the purpose of our committee here?
It's to basically make advisements to the selectmen and what we can do with some funds they have allotted.
We have
for
money to
this.
spend.
Yes.
We have money to spend, and we basically need to decide how we're going to spend that money.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
the
make
money is for
It's for
this.
maintenance and, repairs.
Yep.
to the levy, but they can't just hand the money to anybody. We need to determine who we're hiring, what, make recommendations to the selectmen. We need to do this, A, B with the funding. This is gonna cost so much, this is gonna cost so much. Kind of break it down in steps, and basically, because we can't afford to fix everything. So what can we afford to fix is number one. And what order of priority? Is it the most important thing scoping the lines and the pipes? Is the most important thing cutting the vegetation around the levee? Basically determining which path we need to take and telling the selectmen, this is what we feel, we looked at it, this is where we need to go with it. And then I assume, hopefully they're gonna keep the money coming.
Do we have a list of the things that are wrong that need to be righted?
I believe it does.
In this packet, there is some recent email from one of the Army Corps.
The second page here?
Yes, the one with the levy site follow-up. Down here, there's priorities, 1, 2, and 3. So there's, well, actually, we can get into, basically, recommending projects. We can jump down on the agenda, I guess.
Oh, sorry.
We can do
Jumping
that.
ahead.
No, that's fine, we can get right into.
I wasn't sure what we were.
What we're supposed to accomplish.
Well, my question
put
is,
together.
do I fall under a conflict of interest?
No, I wouldn't think so, only in the sense that you're
You don't own
advi-
it.
you don't
No, I
own
don't
it, but you're just helping advise because you have hands-on knowledge of the location. So you would have a better understanding of what's there and how it's aged than any of us, because you see it every day. We only see it when we're pulled down to do inspections.
Once a year or
Once
so,
a year,
we do
basically.
inspections.
So,
So you're kind of the eyes and ears of the place.
and if we have any, if we go through and identify, okay, we can bring in a company to scope those valves, you have to be involved.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
no, I
your-
understand
yeah, That's
that.
the thing, so it's I think you probably play a bigger role in this as far as the physical on-site work getting done and being supervised, where that's your input here is gonna be big to us, cause, again, we don't have that
The
ability.
town owns the.
We own the
own
levee, but the structure is built into their buildings.
That one part, yeah.
Yeah, and then the valve system is built into underneath their building. So yes, we own those parts, but it sits in their building. So,
So actually, number one, the Army Corps kind of, the sluice gates, the flip valve and tow gates, which are all in that building, I believe it's building 7. Is that the one that goes along
That's building 8, 7 and 8,
7 and 8?
and 9.
Okay. And one turns the corner, goes along the South Street Bridge.
One of them, the ones that go along the river is starting towards Warren, that's 9, 8, and then it turns the corner, that's 7.
Okay. So in those buildings, there's gates and valves that really have not been exercised in quite some time.
Are these all mechanical valves?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, they are.
So actually, they have given some contractor names and stuff at the bottom of this email, different companies that could be contacted to look into these things.
What do these valves do?
They basically close off.
When the
We have 'em-
system's overwhelmed.
We
with
have them
water,
closed
yeah.
off,
Yeah.
but if for some reason there was a flood
Yeah.
and the building's flooded in the area, you can open them. But I've never seen the water even rise, because there's a place where you can look. I've never even seen the water rise in that thing. It stays continuous. It's a box in the ground down at 7. That water never fluctuates.
So, but if it, for some
it ever
reason
did.
it did and it started to you can open all the valves and it'll drain all the water under the buildings and dump it back out to the river.
Right.
So, but right now, if you try to open those valves, who knows what's gonna happen?
Right, you're gonna end up staying open.
Yeah,
You
and
do
then-
the opposite.
Yeah, allowing water to come back in
Right.
that you don't want.
Marvelous.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why they don't wanna open the valves until they get an idea of what condition they're in. That's why paying a company to come in and scope them is probably number one. So these contractors on the bottom of this list are the ones that they recommend us getting a hold of?
Yeah, well, yeah, recommended, sale, maintenance. See, the
Okay.
closest one is in Auburn. That are,
Oh, RHY, yeah, they do work, they actually did the installation of the water filtration plant.
they did some work in town. The other ones I don't, never really heard of. One's out of Maine, actually.
Chase Allen. I know that.
Chase Allen are very
They,
good.
they rebuild valves,
Okay,
so if you need some valves rebuilt,
they would be the
those
one.
are the ones. And they're
Probably have to contact, maybe 3 of these companies to get quotes, I would
Yeah,
assume, right?
yeah,
Or
definitely.
recommend.
Yeah.
My guess is that you probably would want to do that, and have an idea, and then take it to
Okay.
the system, right?
Yeah. So I guess what we really need to do is, determine who's gonna contact them, and, again, we need to know exactly what we're asking them to do.
What was it, Wait, and the one, Chase Allen?
Yeah, Chase Allen rebuilds valves.
And what was the third one?
I guess you could
The main one?
do that, or,
Westfield.
contracting, the one in Westfield, Power Service.
Maybe those 3.
Barry, Westfield, and Auburn. They're the closest.
Now, they would have to get in the building and, I don't know if they're gonna take apart those stand valves or, but look
No,
in.
you can't, you're not gonna see anything.
Yeah, they'd send
What
cameras.
it is, it's on the same idea as the hydrant. The stem goes down in like this, from up, this is the top that you saw in the building.
Yep.
Down in here, there's a thing like this, and what happens is, this comes down into the pipe,
Okay, makes
and it's
sense.
just a door, and that's all it is, so there's not really a lot to see.
So it's basically seeing if that door.
It guillotines it.
Yes. So they'd have to inspect it as they're, if they scope it, send a camera down, first
The
of
only
all,
way
see
they
what
could-
condition it's in. And then if they wanted to exercise it with the camera so they could see what it's gonna do.
And the only way they could do that is from outside, they'd have to open up the,
Yeah.
going through the pipe from out there,
Okay.
because, where'd that paper go?
Which one?
The big one.
The drawing.
The drawing.
Oh,
This
that one. Because, sorry, I'm old.
Don't worry about it.
Let's see. All right. This is 9. So downstairs, I think there's 2 here. Then you come down here, there's 1. And then you come over here, there's 1 right about here. So what they do is, I think they're faced this way, so the water, as it goes by, actually creates to suck the water. So there's a
Creates
pipe.
like a vacuum.
Right, because if they faced them this way, it would fill the building as soon as you open it. So they face kind of like, don't hold me to this, but that's how it looks. And so they'd have to come in through these pipes this way to see inside.
Mhm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah, they're all along.
So-
the building line.
So all
They-
this thing does is it takes water from up here and shoots it down the river?
So, yeah, if for some reason the water breached and went back into
It came
there,
up to over
yes, it came through there.
Yep.
I was like, and the whole system started to flood. If you open those valves, it'll take and literally suck the water out of those buildings and push it down the river. So that's the theory behind it. And yet, how long ago was it built and
Mhm.
it's never been used, so. But we need to
That'd be a
make sure
damn
we
good flood
can,
to get it over there.
yeah, we need to make sure that those valves can work. That's a big part of the compliance of this. So if we can get a company in here to check them out and see if they can exercise them, or if they're damaged, possibly see what needs to be done to repair them.
They may be corroded.
Exactly. They may be corroded so much that you can't do
Can't touch
anything
them.
with them.
Well, if it comes to that situation, they have to be changed.
Correct.
Right.
We'd have to then go to the next step of having somebody come in and propose. Of course, there's plans, but engineering involved and a company to contracted to take them apart and rebuild them.
From 1964.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
Can you
it all
make
the
sure we
time.
get, that we all get a copy of this?
Yep. There might be some
We're constantly
more.
doing all those on.
Yeah, but that's kinda
DRI.
nice to have it at that size.
Yeah, I'll see what I can get.
Well, that's what we need.
So that's our biggest priority. Everyone kind of feels of the gates of the building,
Yeah, if they don't function,
drains.
you shit all up.
Yeah. Control vegetation, riprap, that's there.
And then, yeah, number 3 is the riprap. I was kind of thinking on along, if you look at some of the pictures in these packets here, this is actually one of the buildings we're talking about right here.
Let's see,
So everything in red?
Is considered part of the levy.
Yeah. It's
That's what the
basically all
town
that
is responsible
still.
for?
Mm-hmm.
You
see, when you come, when you come in, this is 13.
Yeah.
See, it goes right over to here, it comes at dog legs. So 13's here, so there's a telephone pole right here. So all the way down, all the way over.
To the parking area.
Yeah, because the parking area is right here.
Mm-hmm.
On that side, this side's just a hair shorter, it looks like.
Yeah, like in this whole side, it's all just rock, earth and rock.
Well, there's rock
basically.
here too.
Yeah, that side, the embankment's all coated with rock.
Right, all the way up.
And part of it, the vegetation's supposed to be cleared from that too. It was like, what, 48 inches they said, or
Yeah,
something like
anything
that.
that's.
They don't want trees growing
Yeah.
in it, because the trees create problems when they have floods, because they get ripped up and then they cause jam ups. And
Down
when
there.
the trees jam the water up, then it really causes a lot of havoc. So they really want anything big cut down. The small growth isn't really a problem in their minds, because it's really just holding the embankments in place. But like I said, getting those valves inspected and then seeing if they're even in working order to open them.
That seems like
Yeah,
number one.
that's
priority.
number one.
Yeah.
Because if the valves don't work, then the levee is pretty much useless once it's breached, so.
And then I know there's one other concern about this. If you look in the packet, there's a picture with a iron pipe sticking out of the corner. I know they, in past reports, because Army Corps has been doing these reports since
This one?
close to 2010.
It's the fucking-
What's the
it's
pipe for?
first-
Oh, yeah.
It's unsure what exactly it is, so they wanted to camera this pipe. I don't know if that's something that is capable through the town departments with the,
Well, we could probably run that, that's a 300-foot scope we have, so.
to at least, it's a pipe with a clapper valve.
What if it's just a drain for rainwater or
That's what we're
something?
wondering.
Yeah, so it can only drain out, but nothing, if the water was
Well,
that
that's how they're all
high,
set up.
you wouldn't be able to.
That's how they're all set up.
all the
There's no
product
ones
there.
out in the river. There's a door on them like this,
Yep.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So the ones
Well,
with that,
that clapper,
Yeah.
yeah.
they don't have that thing.
So they were kind of really interested in seeing what was with this pipe.
Because it wasn't down in the river like the
Yeah.
rest of them.
Yeah, so if we could maybe do that at some point, or arrange that to be.
Because don't forget, back in the old days, doesn't even show it. Never mind now.
Used to be a bridge here.
Yeah,
Anytime
there used to be
Yeah.
a bridge there. It used to go over towards that gas station.
Yeah, and you say there used to be an open channel that ran through and
Well,
came
there
out
used to
like
be-
over here or something like that.
There used to
Through
be a
here?
thing.
Yeah,
Right, that's what I'm trying to find. There isn't even a picture of it.
yeah, if you look down, when you're
Okay.
walking on the thing, you look down in here, you can see where they closed it in.
See right here? You know the square building?
Oh, yeah.
The river used to cut in there. That building towards the driveway you drive out,
Yeah.
that building wasn't there. This river used to go into the factory. Right there. At one time.
Yeah, it used to go through.
So this pipe thing right here, that's not what they used for electricity, was it?
No, that was way upstream.
this building.
That was up here.
Oh, that's way up here?
So there was a dam up here that would divert the water down a canal on this side
Right.
and run the power through here, and it dumped back out.
Before the.
Before, yeah, before all
Really?
this.
Oh,
yep.
I always thought it was down here and this
Nope.
stuff.
Nope, the power plant was back here. And the dam that used to power it is when you're driving up towards the next one, you can see it's ripped apart.
Yeah.
The dam was taken out, and then you can still see the remnants of the canal that came back through to this backside of this building. So yeah, and like he's saying, the water used to open up and come down through. There was a canal that came through the building right here.
And it cut through?
It cut through, the river cut through the building, and then they could control which way they wanted the water to go. And eventually they closed it off once they redid this and sent all the water around.
Well, I think the Army Corps.
Army
engineers,
Corps did
when
it.
they did that.
When they built the levee.
Yeah.
Because this was all done after the flood. The flood of '55 destroyed so much, that's when they built all this. And then they wanted to eliminate any issues, so they took a lot of the dams down and created this levee to try and control. And that's what, ever since then, obviously the water's never come close. You know, even though we've had considerable floods, it's just the way it's set up now. It would take something unreal to make it flood. Not to
Because
say it
where-
couldn't happen.
No, but because where it floods and where it's designed to flood
Yeah.
is down 67. Because if you look, 67, if you go, next time you go towards Palmer, 67's up here, basically all
Yeah.
the way. The river's down here. And then all towards that side of the banking, if you notice, that's all low, so it'll flood out that whole area.
Yeah.
So that's what it does, it goes down to areas nobody lives, no one's home, flooded out.
And that's where it'll
And that's
back
where
up.
it has to expand and then drain back as it,
Goes down?
Yeah, it kind of basically has like reservoirs, built-in
Right.
reservoirs to hold a tremendous amount of water. But the issue we would have in town is more down, just downstream from here, is when it gets down by the waste treatment plant down by there, the river's so close to the level of the road that's where it would have a hard time staying. That little
By
old
River
deal.
Street and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. River Street, that area through there, down to where Gilbert Road crosses over, that would all flood. Our wastewater treatment plant would be underwater.
Gotcha. And meanwhile, you probably have a School Street brook flooding
Yeah.
into it.
Oh yeah,
at
every
that
brook would
point.
be flooding at that point into the
Yeah,
river.
Into, so,
So we would lose roads left and right and all the good stuff. But the levee should hold. Yes.
but don't forget, the difference now is, when I was a kid, there was streams this big, you could step over them. Now those streams are no longer there, those are lakes
Yeah.
because of the beavers.
Oh yeah.
So it's, if all those dams that way start letting go, that were intended for little tiny brooks,
yeah.
now you got lakes, well, just like over here,
Yeah,
I guess there
rivers.
used to be a campground. Isn't there
Yeah.
2 beaver dams up in there?
Yeah.
What happens when those let go?
Yeah, there's 3 large ponds up in
Oh,
there.
I didn't
So,
even-
yeah, we actually have a trapper who's working up in there. He's supposed to take the beavers out and then we actually have permits to take apart the dams to lower all the water levels. So the next couple of months, he should be up in there working. So hopefully that risk will go down, but that doesn't comply with, it doesn't really matter with this at this point.
No,
so
no.
Let's kind of get back on track, I guess.
yeah. All right, so.
So, what's your little check?
So we talked the vegetation, the camera drain, gates and valves. Those are the 3 recommended projects.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you said you might be able to do the camera.
For at least the one that's accessible, the
Yeah,
ones out of the
right.
river is a whole different
Right.
story. We're not going in the river.
And it's the only one they wanna know is that one that's
Yeah,
accessible.
basically to get to that pipe, you could access, go under the bridge
Yeah,
and get,
Yeah.
you know,
Alright.
yeah.
so
So-
there's likelihood of possibly looking at that. But
Alright.
definitely going back into, the gates, contacting these 3 companies.
Seeing if it's something they'd even be willing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, see if they can even get it in the schedule too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause you may have to, they may be, yeah, you have to schedule it, and it may be out 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously you have to get three quotes.
Quotes.
Yep.
So you gotta get 3 quotes, and then once you get the 3 quotes, then we can even talk to them about scheduling. Without getting 3 quotes to do the job, it doesn't matter when they can schedule it, so.
Hey, first thing to do would be to contact these 3 companies, find out what parts they can handle.
Yeah, if it's a job they can even take on, because
Yeah.
they might all say, no, we don't, we'll fix it in, you know, if you get it out, we can fix it, but we're not gonna come out and tell you if it's bad, and it's up to you to take it apart.
Yeah.
Millennium, for us, usually come on site and they'll do valves,
Okay,
unless they're big, huge valves, then they'll
Okay.
take the valves out, bring it back to their shop and rebuild them there.
okay.
And that's probably something that could be, if everything is open currently, they could take, they need to
Yeah,
take
if they're open.
parts of, yeah.
Yeah, you can't pull a valve on something that's already closed, cause then you're gonna
Yeah.
just suck all the water back in.
So like you said, they would have, probably have to camera them.
Yeah. So you gotta see who's capable of inspecting these valves. And then, okay, you got your inspection, there's one. So who can inspect it? Who can exercise or
And,
repair it?
How many valves we actually have to get a count.
Bill, did you know how many valves there were total?
Or is that something we can get?
4, I think there's 4. I'm not sure. It's either 4 or 5, I'm not sure exactly. I walk through there every day, I just don't.
Yeah, you don't,
uh,
it's not a concern.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. They're all in that.
They're in 7, 9 and
2 buildings of them then.
Yeah,
There's
9.
Probably,
8 and 9.
3 or 4 probably each building then.
Because 2 of them sit side by side, and I don't know if that's what they
Yeah.
both do. No idea.
Which may be probably in here, in the
Yeah.
plans and stuff.
Well, that's the thing too, is maybe these companies wanna look at these plans and say, hey, listen, this is what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Like I said, if they recommended those companies, then I'm sure that's,
Yeah.
this is what they do, so.
Yeah, this is just recently, 2 weeks ago,
Okay,
I sent this email, so.
okay,
I also had sent them, they asked for, the link to the hazard mitigation plan in
Okay.
town. So I sent that to, I didn't hear back from this gentleman, Matthew. The count of sandbags we have, probably have 1,500, I think there's 3 boxes of 500
okay.
or so. They're all in the trailer at the
Yeah.
DPW yard. And of course, our pump there,
Yep, our pump's in
that's,
there.
that's located at the shop.
Now, I mean, I guess it didn't, didn't they wanna require that pump on site? Just to keep it in that building where that,
They, either that or they wanted to know
That we
where
had
it
it.
was
Yeah.
located in town.
okay,
Um,
yeah.
down
I mean, obviously, we could have it to the building in a matter of minutes,
Yeah.
so,
Or say we know it's happening, it's rising fast,
Yeah.
within 12, within a
Yeah.
day or so, get everything set up down there.
Well, that's it, and the big issue here is, so if there's flooding, like we have to worry about this levee, then there's gonna be a lot of other things we have to worry about too. So this stuff could easily kinda get pushed off to the side to handle things that are right in front of us.
Yeah,
So somebody has to kinda keep an eye on this when, if things ever went that
See the
way.
door on it? That's
Yeah.
what's up the river.
okay.
See? Here's the PIV.
Sluice gauge structure.
Okay.
This is what they look like. Just like a fire hydrant.
Okay. And that's the gate?
That's-
Yeah, okay. All right, so that'd be pretty valuable probably to, when you contact the company, to have them look at that diagram and
Yeah.
Yes,
get the
yes.
understanding. That's
Yep.
why this is well, a part of the agenda too. This was the actual, it's like a 70-page operation manual that was made when they built this back in 1964. Has all the diagrams of different structures and elevations and how to place the sandbags
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the flood. It's quite detailed if you really dig into it, which we have printed it out, so each
Yeah.
person on this committee has it now. It's also on PDFs on email and stuff. We can always print it out again, or we can send it virtually. So we went over that, so the priorities of, the Army, that's an older, report. Like I said, they come out yearly, I think they contact, Mr. Ferrara now, and then he set up with you guys, and
Yep.
they give a walkthrough. And then they give us a report that really hasn't gotten sent recently. I know they did, I think they did last fall. I think we did something last fall.
Yep,
Yeah, it was twice last year, guys.
Yeah.
yep.
And they take the pictures and then,
I don't think I got that paper either.
so moving along, moving back to, there's one other, I didn't really print this out, this is about another, I would say, recent report that kind of like flood insurance. Go into all the data and analysis of it, the measurements and stuff. And then the risk management, risk of flooding. What could, those different areas of the what would flood if, under different scenarios and stuff, which is another pretty in-depth plan. I could send that to, do you have an email? Or
Yeah, I
what's the
don't.
best way, what's the
The
best
only-
way to send, stuff to you?
I can just pick it up.
All right, just
Because
hard
I-
copy then,
Yeah,
right? I know
yeah,
you
because I
guys-
don't have a compute.
Okay, that's why I
print.
made sure I printed this out for people. But you're welcome to look at these things anytime you want.
Yeah.
If you want, even if you wanted to borrow that for a while, it's up to you.
Is that picture?
Yeah, here's a breakdown of all these valves.
Yeah, so I just went over with him,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
because if you look, oh, I'm old.
So here's the double one right here.
Yeah, but if you look, see, it looks just like a hydrant.
Yep. Yeah, it just drops.
Yeah, it's just
When you turn this handle up here, oh, where the hell is that? I don't have my glasses up, right here.
Right here.
When you turn the handle up here, all this does is, in here, moves that
Down or
guillotine
up,
down.
Yep. You said they're closed now, right? They were closed?
far as I
Wow, as
know.
far as we know.
Right,
yeah, you want them closed
yeah.
until it floods, then you want them open.
See, because there's no, usually on those PIVs, it'll say, there's a little window, remember I showed you the window? And that's why I
Yeah.
said we can't tell, remember I showed you the
Yeah,
window, I showed
yeah.
you somebody.
Yep.
Yeah,
So when you look in that window, it either says open,
Open.
so that's flow,
Yeah.
closed means shut, but they don't have that thing that is in there. And usually, if they're, well, I'm not gonna say, because I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. Breakdown.
Yeah, good luck reading that.
No, I found there's all the valves.
Oh,
So this is a breakdown of all the different valves, how they're set up. Zoom in, you'll be okay.
there we go.
Yeah, see, now you can see them.
Right? That's all we need. Magnifying glass.
yep.
Alright. So I guess what it comes down to first is who wants to reach out to these companies and start this conversation. So,
Who's our chairman? The chairman.
Chairman.
Have fun.
Do you want me to try to reach out, or do you want to split up?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah, if you give the three that you were talking about a call and tell them what the scope is, see if they're available to do it.
just say, hey, we,
Or give us a quote at least.
yeah, well, that's it. We have a levee that, we're not in compliance with. We have a drainage valve system built into one of the buildings. And we really need to have somebody come out and take a look at this and see if these valves work and if, they to scope them, see what's going on. If they're not in working order, then we'll go from there as far as repairing or replacing them. So, and say that obviously we have Army Corps blueprints of everything. If, they're obviously gonna wanna see this,
Yeah.
so. Might be a matter of going to them and bringing information to them, or they can just email them stuff or whatever.
Yeah, email them this,
Yeah, exactly. You email them that and
uh,
they'll know what you're looking at, I'm sure, as soon as they see it. So. So I say we start with that,
Yep.
okay.
and then once we get some quotes together, then I guess we can go to the selectmen with it and say, hey, here's where we're at, and give us permission to hire these company or this company, whatever one. Mr. Farrar, I'm sure, can look at them and do his due diligence.
Yeah.
So, and we'll go from there.
So,
Oh, here are the pictures from inside.
yeah, there is some more.
I don't know, I'll find it. I'll show you guys. I don't know, because I'm just trying to go, because the way we took the pictures in the beginning. Okay, that's the fire pump This is downstairs.
Yeah, that's all the wall that, and you didn't have any of those gates in any of the pictures.
Because this is the end of 9, right here. This is where 8 is on the other side of that wall. No, sorry, guys.
Ah,
I tried.
no excitement. In the meantime, I think too, we can, if we find some time in the next week or two, depending on the weather, maybe we can take the scope that we have down to the
Yeah.
one exposed pipe
Just let me know.
and like, see if we get a hold of Bill and see what we can see, at
I
least
mean,
from
I'm
our
off
perspective.
till next Thursday. I go back to work Thursday, but if you're gonna do it in between then, just call my cell phone.
Right. Yeah, probably won't be till after that, but
Right.
we'll just figure once you're back
Yeah.
at work.
Well, I'm gonna be around.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
All right,
Okay.
what's next? Anything else we gotta go over here?
One other last thing, I just said, security of the premise, because I know we have the chief here. Has there been any issues of
No,
people
because,
walking around, or?
well, he knows. I try and stop them as soon as they come in, because it is posted.
Yeah,
And so, even when I'm at home, it's not that it's not being watched after, because I do keep an eye out, and like that time those kids were up on Hardwick's roof.
Yeah.
I had one set of police officers stand at the fire escape. I went over to the other possible place that they could come down. They came down to them, you know, it was, but no, I'm there. As soon as something happens, I'm there. And I work days, and we have a guy there at night.
okay.
So it's not like there's not anybody there.
So that's good to know, you have night security.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But anytime somebody comes in, I stop them right, unless they sneak in, but, you know,
Yeah.
because it's
Well,
all
I know it's
posted.
around back and.
Right,
A
right.
couple different ways. That's good, okay.
And I try and work with you guys,
Yep.
all, you know, all I can. I mean, I know I call every once in a while, because I had some kids yesterday, you know how over in Quaboag, they were parked over where that chipper is down in the corner, and all of a sudden I go walking through there, he stomps on it, backs up, and starts to go down the far side, and they're, whoa, 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 wait a minute, what are you guys doing over there? Because it was beside the chipper, and they'd been there all morning with some young kids. I said, this is all posted. Oh, my football. I said, it's all posted. I said, you're not supposed to be in here. Off they went. They were young kids.
They're exploring,
Yeah.
they're having fun. Well, not supposed to do that.
Mhm.
No fun,
No fun.
no fun. Okay,
So we're good with that?
security all set.
Good with that.
Good to go.
Any other business?
If you want to make an official motion for me to contact those.
Okay.
I'll make a
Companies.
motion for you to contact them.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye. All right. Be good to contact those companies.
Yep, and get some quotes on
Okay.
the drains. So, any other comments or further business?
I don't think so. I think we got a pretty good understanding of where we're at to start with. And, you know, we need to make some progress and then I guess we'll meet again. So determining
Once
when do
get
we
some
wanna,
quotes and,
yeah.
When is a good time for people to, is it afternoons like this?
Yeah, afternoons would be good, but
Yes.
it'd have to be after
Yeah.
3. Well,
Yeah, it's
just give me a couple minutes after 3, because like,
Yeah.
I can get hit, you know, just
Yeah.
over the hill.
Thursdays work because I'm here for the meetings afterwards.
That's what, yeah, Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursday's fine.
I know we're gonna be
3:30
going
is
to
fine.
4.
Yeah, we can do it at 3:30, is it?
Okay.
I mean, 4, whatever, it doesn't,
Yeah, 3:30
Alright, so
works for
three-
me.
So at 3:30
yeah.
Thursday,
And then if you can get a copy of that thing.
and I'll have some
Or
more copies.
even a couple of them,
Yeah,
so that if they get chewed up, we
I
can
could
replace
possibly
them.
get this to you at some point.
Yeah, I
A
don't need
little
it right,
earlier
yeah.
there, I'll
Yeah.
if you're requesting it. It goes with that plan.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't need it right this second.
Good. All right, do we wanna set a date for the meeting, or just say what's today's the 7th? I mean, give it a month anyway.
You wanna wait and see when he gets these?
See, I was saying, do we wanna wait and contact us when you get the quotes, or do we wanna set it for like the 4th or 11th or whatever of April? I mean, that's the first 2 Thursdays, we're at the first Thursday of March, so.
Well, do you wanna hash it over and think about it? Can you just text me like you've been doing?
Yeah, I can,
That
Okay.
way, you know,
could be a to-be-determined meeting in April.
yeah.
Yeah.
That way you
Yeah.
can figure it out
It would
in
be
case
sometime
somebody,
in
you know,
Okay.
To be determined in April.
All right.
but just let me know, and not like 2 minutes before.
Oh, no.
We have to post it, so that's gotta be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be posted.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'll know in advance, and I'll probably kind of check with everyone and make
Yeah.
sure. Our other member will be present too.
Maybe.
Right.
Bring him up to speed.
Exactly.
All right.
He'll be fine.
So a motion to adjourn the levy committee?
Second.
At
All in favor?
Fine.
Aye.
5:23.